What's good, people? Old Styles in the building, back with another video. Yo, can you hear me?
I can hear you. We can
Heads
hear
in the
you. Yo,
building.
yo,
Can you
yo.
hear me? Alrighty,
Yeah,
alrighty.
we're
So,
ready.
yo, I know I haven't been live in a minute. So, what's been going on? How's everything going with you, Nods?
Everything's good, just, taking it one step at a time and
Okay,
life be
okay.
life, and taking care of the little one and.
Okay. Got you, got you, got you,
Yeah.
got you, got you,
How about
got you,
you? How's life
got
going with
you,
you?
got you. Life's going, one day at a time. Uh, God is the greatest, you know how they say.
Yes, yes, that's
So,
true. Yes,
it's a lot
God
of
is good.
prayer. Yeah,
Yes.
so yeah, let's get right into it, man. Listen, if you don't know, this is the Omari Wave or Omari Styles on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. You already know. Yo, today we're talking about the big news, bro. Like everybody, everywhere I go, like when I open up my phone on these three mentioned platforms, I keep seeing it. So I'm like, all right, let's just jump right into it and talk about it. The age-old debate, the old heads versus the YNs, going crazy right now. Um, if you don't know, Cenat, who's the biggest streamer in the world right now, argued he was at the BET Awards, and if you don't know, the BET Awards are like a staple in the quote unquote black community. It's one of the award shows that they lost their luster. I'm not gonna lie, over the last X amount of years. I know more so in the early 2000s. For me personally, they were a big deal. Like BET Awards or just awards in general. The Grammys, award shows are a big thing. Um, because you would get to see all the celebrities that you would normally see on TV. This is before social media, right? So nowadays, with the advancements of technology, they've lost their luster, these celebrities, because the world is very transparent nowadays. Like, you can just pick up your phone and go live. You can pick up your phone and post on Instagram. Back in the day, you didn't have all of that. Back in the early 2000s, you didn't have any of that. So when award shows would pop off, it would be like a big deal to see these guys and to see these artists. And salute to Kendrick Lamar, because Kendrick Lamar still kind of has that lure to him. He still has that kind of like mysticism to him. And salute to Kendrick Lamar for that. So I guess circling back, award show popped off. Kai Cenat was there, and he was backstage, and he was like streaming the whole thing, and that's pretty cool because you don't normally see that. To be honest with you, I've never seen nothing like that. This is pretty new. He was at the Met Gala. He was he's just been all over the place. He's been doing this is not the first time he's been backstage at like one of these swanky events. So he's at the BET Awards now. And then he's streaming backstage at the BET Awards as he's walking, I think, into his car to go to the BET Awards. I don't know. I don't even know how the specifics of that particular part as to how he saw Wale. And if you don't know who Wale was a poppin' artist back in like the 2010s. He's from the DMV area, in DC area or whatever you want to call it. And he was popping back like the 2010s. Lotus Flower Bomb with Miguel. He has a bunch of songs. He's in Self-Made. He's in well, not Self-Made. He's in Rick Ross's group. So he had a bunch of tracks with Rick Ross, Meek Mills, MMG, sorry. A bunch of tracks with them. So he had his little run, but definitely haven't heard from him in quite a long time. At least a good years. I haven't heard, maybe even more, 10 years. I haven't heard really anything from Wale. And truth be told, I wasn't the biggest Wale fan ever. Like, he had a couple tracks, but in MMG, it was always Rick Ross, and then it was Meek Mills. Those are the top two guys. And the Wale was like third, you know? That's just me, though. I don't know. People might think differently, but that's just me. So, anyways, fast forward now. Kai Cenat, how old is he? 23. He sees Wale says hi to him, acknowledges him. And again, this is like in some underground basement parking lot. So I didn't even know it was Wale when I was watching this. I wasn't watching the stream, I was watching the playback. Didn't even know it was Wale myself. Long story short now, He sees Wale. Wale sees him. Wale says, "What's up, Kai?" And Kai acknowledges him, says hello, very polite, says hello, acknowledges him, says something about the Nintendo Switch that he had in his hand, which, hey, yo, bro, my kid got a Nintendo Switch. You know what I'm saying? Not to say, hey, look, if you play Nintendo Switch, you play Nintendo Switch, but hey, yo, bro. Hey, yo. Nintendo Switch, bro. Okay, whatever. So Kai's in his car, and then his chat is telling him, yo, that was Wale. Yo, that was Wale. And he's like, who the hell's Wale? Who's Wale? I don't know who Wale is. Cool. But later on, fast forward, he gets to the BET Awards. Kai's not doing this thing, and then Wale, as he's Kai's not speaking to Snoop Dogg, walks up to Kai Cenat and like says something like, yo, you made me look crazy, blah, blah, blah. And still, when I was watching it, I still didn't understand what was happening until after, when I was like, oh, that was who Wale was in the basement. Oh, that's who Kai Cenat kind of didn't acknowledge or acted like he didn't know. I was like, oh, that was Wale. Again, I didn't even know. He spoke to so much celebrities, spoke to so much people during the whole video, the whole show that at least I watched. I wouldn't even expected him to know every single person that he encountered, because it was like so much going on, you know what I'm saying? But of course, the internet, being the internet, is going to make something of, in my opinion. Everybody has their own, but in my opinion, it was really an oversight, you know. So that's what happened. Now, Nads, what are your thoughts on that situation? Nads, are you there? We lost Nads. We have lost Nads. Yeah, we lost her. Yeah, we lost her, people. I don't know where she is, but we've lost her. So listen, I'm gonna give you my thoughts and my opinions on this. Now, first things first, Wale. Wale, I'm sure, is maybe about 20 years older than Kai Cenat. Now, I don't expect Kai Cenat to know who Wale is, bro. Wale, if you think, when I Wale, I think about Lotus Flower Bomb and a bunch of tracks with MMG. Self-made and all those albums that Rick Ross put out, MMG. You know what I'm saying? That's all that comes to mind. Okay, I think Naz is back. Naz is back. Okay. So Naz, let me just cut straight to you. What did you think about this whole Wale at the BET Awards situation? What did you think about that? Naz? I think Naz is having some technical difficulties here. Okay, she's having some technical difficulties here. She's on mute. She'll jump in when she's ready to jump in. So again, I do not think that Kai Cenat is going to know everybody anytime he goes everywhere, and it's just going to be this like perfect person, and like possible, unless BET sat there before he came in and said to him, as he was invited, before he appeared at the show, told him, please study this list of people who are going to be there, and when you see them, acknowledge them, give them like a breakdown of what to do. It's a stream, it's live. These things are bound to happen. Okay, it's not choreographed. A lot of people are living their life, are looking at social media and thinking that everything is real. It's not real. TV, same thing, not real, not live, choreographed, teleprompters, scripts. Okay, it's not real. Even reality TV is not real. Kai Cenat is doing this thing in real time. You cannot expect this dude to just be perfect and be flawless and everything to just go smooth, everything to go the way you think it should go in your head. It's impossible. So again, I do not think that Kai Cenat is in the right whatsoever for not knowing who Wale was. I don't think so. Unless BET sat him down and said, look, this is everybody's going to be there. Study this. So when you come, you're prepared. If that happened, okay, then He's seeing people, meeting people on the go, meeting people on the fly. How's he supposed to know everybody? Somebody's gonna get left out, you know? And as a grown up, as the elder statesman, Wale looks very petty. And let's be real. If we know Wale, everybody who knows Wale know that this dude can get a little petty sometimes. Very petty guy. Twitter fingers at his finest. So he should have been the bigger man, the elder statesman, and did what Lisa Ray did, and did what Free did from 106 in Park. Hello, Wale. Nice to meet you. I really like what you do. Have a good night. Enjoy yourself. My kids watch your stream and keep it moving. Can I get a picture with you? All right, cool. And that's it, bro. What humble? What happened to showing grace? What happened to just like to aging gracefully? What happened to those concepts, bro? People don't do that no more. If I don't know who you are and you're 20 years younger than me, you know what they used to say to me when I was a kid? Yo, I remember when you were such and such, and you're just a little pickney. You wouldn't know who I am, but I know who you are. Yo, that's what they used to say in my family. Say, yo, oh my gosh, you get biggie, da da da. You get biggie. Yo, you don't know me, but I know you. You get
Sorry, I'm
biggie.
here. I get it. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I'm just I was just this I was just trying to sit back and listen for a bit. So sorry, my internet was like cutting off. Sorry. Um, no, but
No problem.
I agree what you're saying. I agree what you're saying. So because I know what we were talking about behind the scenes, and I kind of like, as I said, I agree with what you're saying. Okay, we should. Okay, Kai's a young streamer, and Wale could have just came up and introduced himself. Hey, I'm Wale. You may not know who I am, but at the same time, Wale, yeah, as I said, we have to kind of give accountability on both sides. You know what I mean? You can't just, well, Kaisa doesn't know and he's okay, but at the same time, they invited you to a hip hop and R&B event. At least do some sort of due diligence to know who you're going to be approaching and which artists are going to be there, which and presenters. Because everybody, come on, as you said, a lot of these things are not real. A lot of these things are programmed. So you have a list of people who are going to be there, which actually, I know a lot of people didn't know that Kendrick Lamar was going to be there because even Kai Cenat was shocked that Kendrick Lamar was going to be there. You can see in his live reaction, right? So, but I understand. Okay, yeah, he was on it because he even lied about Kendrick Lamar on Joe Budden podcast. I don't know if you tapped into that, and he was even lying the sequence of events that happened 10 years ago with awards that were won and stuff like that, and people were had to fact check him online. That's what I'm saying, like, on both sides. It's like, okay, well, yes, you're old, everybody's gonna know who you are. I get it. At the same time with Kai Cenat, this is 2025. You have more information out there now that you did back when I was in my 20s, where, you know what I mean? It was a lot hard to find out which artist this and which artist is that. Which when we were talking about backstage, like behind the scenes, that when I was Kai that stage, I knew who the rappers were in the 80s and 90s. You know what I mean? Because I would used to research. I used to listen to a lot of music and stuff like that back then. I mean, so I knew which artists were what back then. You know what I mean? So, but now we're in the new age in 2025. There's a lot more information out there. There's people, and as I said, there's people in his chat that knew who Wale was, told him who Wale was in the midst of his life. So as I said, you're invited to these events. Come on, do some due diligence to know which artists are going to be there, and to do your research. So that's what I'm saying. You can't really like, there has to be accountability on both sides. You can't just be on Wale's case for not introducing himself and reacting the way he reacted. He has all right to react the way he reacted, because like, how you don't know who I, yo, I, he hasn't been in the game for that long. What, 10 years? So if Kai Cenat's chat knew who he was, and we're gonna make assume that Kai Cenat's age group, I mean Kai Cenat's chat is in the round of his age group, because me and my age, because I'm up there in age, I'm not gonna really reveal who my age is, what my age is. Sorry. I'm not gonna be sitting down listening to no Kai Cenat stream. I'm gonna see it in the playbacks on my YouTube timeline, but I'm not gonna be in there going on these streams. No, that I'm way past that age. But in his age group, how does his people in his age group knew who Wale was, and he didn't know. And these people are looking up to him. You're in now. You have entered into the hip hop and rap industry now, music industry now. They let you in, so you should be due diligence now. I'm young. Okay, I gotta do my research now. Oh, they let me in. Yeah, I understand the streamers are the new medium. As you said, BET may need um Kai Cenat more than Kai Cenat needs BET, but at the same time, that gave Kai Cenat more exposure to more entertainers that he couldn't have if BET didn't let him in. So you know what I mean? And he wouldn't be able to meet Kendrick Lamar. You know what I mean? He couldn't meet, and I'll find he couldn't meet that Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar's not, you know what I mean? So it's like you got to look into that both sides. Both sides need to take account. His chat. That's just saying. His chat knew who Wale was, and they're in the same age group. So there's no excuse, man. So that's what I'm saying. Accountability on both sides. Wale was wrong with how he, Wale had the right to act to respond the way he responded, but at the same time, he should have introduced himself because not everybody would recognize and know what he looks like in person. You know what I mean? And I understand, but at the same time, Kai Cenat, you're being introduced into this side of the industry now. You need to step up and do some due diligence and some research now. This is 2025. More access to information. There's more resources now to do your research and to know which artist is which. So that's my opinion on that. Yeah.
All right, well, let's watch the video. Let's watch the video.
Okay, cool.
See, okay, I'm gonna say it once, I'll say it again. When I saw this, I didn't even know who that was. Like, it literally, maybe I'm just not observant like other people are, but I had the same reaction that Kai Cenat had. I had the exact same reaction. Like, Wale. It still didn't click to me. All I saw was a Nintendo Switch. That's the only thing that clicked to me. Oh, this guy's playing Nintendo Switch. Okay. And that was it. I literally had the exact same reaction. Like, look at it again. One more time. Like, look at it. He's in a, like, what is this? A dark underground basement, it looks like. Parking lot. And then this guy walks up to him. Look at that. I didn't notice this. To
He
me,
said,
okay,
"What's up, Kai?"
you know what it
So
is too?
he knew who he was, but you didn't know
Because
who Wale
Carson,
was.
that's popping. He's one of the biggest. He's the biggest
Exactly.
streamer in the world. Okay, hold
I
on. Let
know
me just get
that.
this last point before I forget.
All right, cool.
Look where they're at too. They're in a basement. Okay, they're not on the red carpet. They're not in like a above ground area. This guy's making $2 million, probably north of that a month. Okay, he's a high value man at this point in his life. He's trying to get in and out of there safe. I think on his mind is safety. This is the number one thing, safety at this particular juncture. He just wants to get in that car, door closed, out of the ground. He don't know, bro. So I think in his mind, he's thinking survival. He's thinking survival. He just wants to get out of there, get above ground, get to where he's going, and go. I'm sure his mind isn't even clicking like he's going to see a celebrity down here in the underground. He's not even thinking that. And that's just like human black man instincts, general instincts. I think if you saw him above ground on the red carpet, it might be a different reaction. But at this juncture, I think it's a very, very reasonable reaction. I don't think it had anything to do with Wale being who he is. Now, when he gets into the car, okay, like I still don't really think he genuinely knows who Wale is, but at the same time, it's so innocent. I don't think it's like he needs to know who Wale is at the same time. Like, I don't really think he needs to know who Wale is. It is what it is. If he doesn't know, he doesn't know. My thing is another say, like Wale is born in what? I just googled it, 1984, bro. He's 41. Kai Cenat's 23. That's a difference of what? What, 18 years? It's an 18-year difference. Bruh. Like, Rewind this back. Imagine we go back 18 years ago, right, to the BET Awards, and Wale goes to the BET Awards. Do you think Wale's gonna know who a rapper was from 10 years prior? Like a 20, what would that have been? What are we in 2025? 1505. Yeah, we go back to the O5 BET Awards. Do you think Wale would know who a rapper was from 1995 who wasn't really that popping in 1995, who had like mediocre success in 1995? Maybe, maybe not. And let's see this rapper in an underground parking lot. Do you think he's gonna like sit there and be like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" You're da-da-da. He might not even know who this a 1995 rapper was. It's 2005. How's he supposed to know who that guy is? Hey, come on, give the guy a little grace, give the guy a little slack. How's he supposed to know? And I don't really think a lot of people are wilding out or reacting to this, but like you're saying, he should know. He should know. I don't really think he should have knew.
I'm not saying he shouldn't
I don't really
know,
think he
but
should have
like you
knew.
do,
I
you
know.
gotta do, you do. I'm not
What up,
saying that
Broski?
he shouldn't.
You good? What you playing in the
Hold
But hold
on
on, one
here.
other thing. He
Yeah.
dapped him up. He said, "What's up?" It's not like he was being rude to him. It's not like he was trying to be like crass to him. Think about it. He's Kai Cenat. He's making money. He's the biggest guy in the world. He
So
didn't even
that's
have
the
to
thing.
do
You
all
keep
that.
on saying he's
Let's
making
use
money. I
hold on
understand
one
that.
second. One last thing. Let's use your
Yeah.
favorite rapper in the world, Drake. Let's say Drake was in that underground and he didn't know who that guy was. Do you would have gave him the time of day and said, and Drake thinks he's the biggest rapper in the world, right? You think he's gonna give him that time of day and dap him up and all? I've seen celebrities do worse. I've seen when those paparazzis are outside those restaurants and those celebrities come out and those kick up to those celebrities and want to sign those autographs. I see them do worse. I see them fan them off, brush them off. Kai at least walked up to this guy, Wale, said what's up, dapped him up, Nintendo Switch, had a little interaction, went about his day, and that's still not enough. It's never enough. When you're
Let
that
me interject.
complexion, it's
Hold
never
on.
enough. That's enough.
Okay,
You gave him
let me
enough.
stop you right there. Let me
Go
stop you
ahead.
right there.
Go
The
ahead.
only reason why
Nintendo Switch?
is that, and hold
I'm
on. Let
listening.
me.
I'm listening. Go ahead. Yeah.
The only reason why you did that, and what else to do that, because the security knew who Wale was. The drivers knew who Wale was. You see what I'm saying? Else, if that was just a regular, no, the security would have stopped him and be like, no, and then and then Kai said, okay, oh, and if Kai says, okay, cool, it's going, then Kai said would have reached out his hand and do what and did what he did. Okay, the security and the drivers knew who he was. That's why they didn't do anything. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Driver and the security had to tell him, did you hear what the driver said? That's Wale. They even corrected his name. Because he said Wally.
But
It's the
Wally's a movie,
drivers,
right? A
it's the
Pixar movie.
drivers and the security guard that said no. That's Wale. They knew who he was, so that they weren't gonna approach him. You see what I'm saying? I can tell when looking at him that's Wale. And I'm not even a
Wow.
Wale fan like that. I looked at him like, oh, that's Wale. Okay, the drivers and the security knew who he was. Yes, you're right. Okay, Kai Cenat's a celebrity now. He's in that type of world now. He's outside of just streaming now. He's now enter into Hollywood now. Okay, due diligence. That's not. This is 2025. If the chat knew who Wale was and explained to, okay, I'm not listening. It's okay. Kai said that. Okay, he was innocent in his approach. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna get on him on that. In his approach, and that's fine. But now you know. Okay, you know what? I don't want to make that same mistake again. That's all. That's all. Okay, Kai said that. Okay, I want to know certain artists so I don't get into these certain predicaments anymore. And pretty sure that's what he's gonna do. And okay, on Wale's side, he should have just like came up and maybe approached him again as when he was sitting next to Snoop Dogg and said, "Yo, my name, yo, I maybe didn't know who I was. My name's Wale and X, Y, and Z," and that's it. Wale's
That's it.
approach
But it's too
was a little,
petty. But go on.
which is kind of contradictory what I said earlier. Now I'm thinking, okay, Wale could have did a little bit different. I understand that. But at the same time, you said that, well, yeah, there's an 18-year difference, but Kai Cenat knew who Kirk Franklin was. How old Kirk Franklin
But
is?
that's what I'm saying. We're supposed to like this guy's supposed to know who
Okay, so
everybody is all the time.
what it has nothing to do with age. Kirk Franklin ain't popping like that. It hasn't been popping in years. You know what I mean? Like he was, when Kirk Franklin was really big? When I was a teenager in the 90s. when he was doing stop, like that's when he was popping. You see what I'm saying? And on the Billboard charts as a gospel artist and group. Wait, God's property and all that stuff. Then Kirk Franklin's popping. But Carson, that who knew who he was. You see what I'm saying? And there's a huge age difference. Come on, man.
But at the
No
same
excuse.
time, not a problem,
You
no
know?
excuse in your eyes. But I think he
Yeah.
has a valid excuse, very valid excuse.
Okay.
I think he
But
gave him enough
okay.
grace.
Okay.
I think he gave him enough grace. He
He
walked up to
did,
him.
yeah. His
He
approach was
acknowledged him.
decent.
He
His
was
approach
being
was
very respectful to
respectable.
him. He said
Yeah.
Wally. When he said Wally, that's all I need to hear. You know, Wally's a Disney Pixar movie, right?
Yeah, I
You heard
know
of that
that
movie,
now.
Wally? That's a
Wally,
movie.
yeah.
He's a kid. Like this guy's a youth. He's a kid. Not a kid. He's an adult in the eyes of
Not
the
a
law.
kid, he's
Yeah, but he's a
23.
child kid. He's a
Yeah.
youth. He's a YN, whatever you want to call these guys
He's not
nowadays.
a
I
youth.
call him
A
a youth.
youth is 17.
He's a
16,
youth.
17.
He's a
If he
youth.
was
Like
16,
I
17,
don't
that's a
care.
YN.
I'm of a
That's a
certain age.
YN.
I ain't call nobody no YN. I don't even know what that sounds corny to me.
Yeah, it's
He's
like
a youth. That's
NIGGA,
just a
like
youth. He's
young,
a my
yeah.
youth. He's a grown
Yeah.
man in the eyes of the
Hmm.
law, but the eyes
Hmm.
of me, at the age that I'm at,
He's still
he's a
young.
youth.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah, he's
youth.
still young.
He's not a
Yeah.
pick me. He's just a youth.
He's a young adult. He's a
He's
why
a
he's a
young
way.
adult. Yes,
He's
that's
a
how I
young
look at
adult.
him. So if he makes a little mistake here and there and messes up
That's
the
fine.
interaction doesn't know who he is, it's fine.
Yeah.
But like to say, like to criticize the guy and bring him down. I
I'm
see
not, well, no, but
celebrities.
that's the, but hold on.
Okay,
See
maybe
that?
not bring
No,
him
no,
down.
no. I'm
Bring
not
him
gonna
down
let
is
you
the
get
wrong
away
word.
with that
Okay,
because
go
I'm
ahead.
not
Go ahead.
criticizing
Bring
or
him
putting
down is
him
the wrong
down.
word.
No,
Go ahead.
no,
Yeah.
I know, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not putting him down or giving him any criticism. No, it's at the same. We're in 2025 where you have more resources, you have more access to do more research and to know who's what. Like, you know what I mean? And I understand, okay, but how he approached it was decent. Like, it was very respectable. And the reason why nothing happened is because the security and the drivers knew who he was. Let's be real. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And yes, certain celebrities wouldn't do that. Yeah, like we've seen celebrities and how they move, and you know what I mean. But yeah, like at the same time, it is what it is. He made a mistake. He didn't know who he was, but at the same time, the accountability has to be on both sides. We can't just shrug it off. Oh, it's just Carson's young. He's in no. Like at the same time, it's like, you're in the media now. Like you're in. You're stepping
But
into
hold on, he's
Hollywood
not
now.
in the
You got
media.
at least do
He's
a
not.
little
Let's get
bit
into
of
that. Get into
this.
that.
That's
He's
all.
in what media? He's a streamer. He doesn't work for the Shade Room or
Okay,
Entertainment
okay. Streamers
Tonight,
are the new.
or he doesn't. He's
Streamers
not
are
an
the new
employee
media. It's
of
just when
a
people
media
go to them
company
to hear certain
or
music.
Complex. He's not part of
Record
the Apple
labels go to
Music.
them.
He's not. He's a streamer. He's a streamer. I think you have it a little bit convoluted there because you think that he is part of some type of company or something. He is an independent streamer. He
Media,
logs
hello,
into
media
Kick.
doesn't necessarily you have to be tied to a
Yes, it
company.
does. Yes, it does.
Streamers are the new
Absolutely.
media. People go to them to listen to music, to get hip hop, get
But
certain
he's not in the media.
information.
He's not in
Yeah,
the
the
media.
streamers are a part. They're now going
No, he's
into
not.
that being the new media.
No, they're not. They're not the new
Okay,
media.
all
I'm
right,
sorry to
all
tell
right.
you.
That's your
They are
opinion.
just streamers. They're not
Okay.
anything more than
So
just
why?
streamers.
Okay,
They
so if
wake
they're
up in
just
the
streamers
morning,
now,
they turn on their
why? Okay, if they're just streamers now, why is he there? Why is he at the BET Awards if he's just a streamer?
listen,
Listen,
him being there makes the BET Awards more relevant. Period. So they're using him. Everybody there who's seen dapping him up and like saying, "Oh, I gotta come on your stream," are using him for their own celebrity. Pretty much, they're using. He's the it guy. It's like getting a feature. That's the stimulus package. It's like being seen on stream with Kai. That's a stimulus package now. Going on his stream, that's a stimulus package. He knows you are. Okay, they're cool now. You're cool now. Da, 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 da. That's all it is. He's the it guy. He's the happening guy. Oh, he's cool now. You're cool now. That's it. It's the same thing like with Drake. It's the same thing like getting a feature back in the day from Jay-Z. It's the same thing like all of that. It's the same thing. He's the it guy. It's to get more eyes on there, like getting an interview on the Breakfast Club. It's the same. Getting an interview on Hot 97 once upon a time. It's the same thing. It's the exact same. He's the it guy. He's not media. He's just the it guy. That's all. Give me a break. Give me a break. He's supposed to know this, and he's part of media. He's part of media now. They're just giving him fake titles now. He's just a streamer. He logs into Kick, starts his stream, and walks around the BET Awards. He's probably invited there. He's supposed to know
So why
this.
is he
He's supposed
doing that? Why is he doing? Why is he hooking up now with Drake to do streaming and to do about the music
because
video?
it's the same thing. Drake
It's
wants
a
his
part
audience. Drake wants his audience. Drake
facts, just
wants
like he wants
those
Drake. Well, that's why they call him
demographic
a
of people
colonizer,
on
right?
his project, on his new video.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. He's using Drake's now using him
yeah.
because he knows that Kai's the biggest, and Drake's put him in his lyrics. Drake's done all of that. Kai uses music. That's all it
Just
is.
like
Doesn't mean
media,
that
right? When
Kai's a part
media,
of the
hip
media
hop
now.
media, just like hip
No,
hop
that's not
media
media.
reviews
That's
that
not
does
media. Media
music
is
and reviews, just
why
like
are
the
we
media, right?
why is everything
Hip hop
getting
media,
mushed
right?
together? Just because
Streamers
I
are
just 'cause
becoming the new media, right? For hip hop and R&B
he's not
and
media.
gaming and entertainment and Hollywood.
No, he does
Yeah.
no. He's not media.
So,
He's a
okay, so
streamer
why are rappers now trying to and actors trying to attach themselves to streamers now? They are
because that's the new
becoming the
thing.
new
That's the new
media.
thing. We
Well,
can't think
I mean,
about this. It's not
Omari.
1990. It's not 2004. It's 2025. This is the new hip hop, like the new thing. This is what these people do. They want their audiences to check out their new projects. So they're gonna go where all the eyes are. Right now, all the eyes are on these streamers. That's all it
Yes,
is.
because they're the new media
That's not
now.
media though.
All the
Media
entertainers are
is
going to these streamers to get the more audience.
just
They
because
becoming the
people are
new
watching
media
something
now.
doesn't mean that they're the new media. Just because everybody's not watching CNN and everybody's watching Kai Cenat doesn't mean that Kai Cenat is media. Like, how does that make any sense? What? Just because people are getting their information from Twitter and you're not getting their information from CNN doesn't mean that Twitter's the new media. Yeah, it's where people get their information from, but that doesn't mean that technically Twitter media. What? You go on Twitter and tweet stuff. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. NBA is now on Twitter. Like every new outlet's on Twitter, but like Twitter is like it's still a social media network. It's social media. People just share stuff. That's all it is. But officially like a news channel. Kai Cenat is not a news channel. It's not. He's not. He's just being used to get more eyes on other people's projects. So BET is just using him. Drake's just using him because that's where all the eyes are going. He's averaging like 300,000 people every single time he goes on Kick or whatever. What is he on? Kick, Twitch, whatever he's on. He gets a whole bunch of audience and that's it. So these people are going to use him to promote their projects. He has power like that. And that's why Kanye West is getting at him. You know, but that's another story for another day, the Kanye West thing. But listen, man, bottom line is he interacted with Kendrick Lamar, right? How did you feel about that?
Which he got his attention.
Yeah,
He
pivoting
said
now,
Kendrick didn't
pivoting
go
now.
to
We're gonna
him.
we're gonna
You see the
pivot into
difference?
what happened later on the
You see
night
the
with him and
difference?
Kendrick Lamar.
He went to Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar didn't go to
Because
him.
Kendrick's
You see what I'm saying?
popping. Kendrick's popping.
Exactly. But exactly because
WALE
he's the
ain't
because
popping, bro. Sorry to tell
of
you.
course. Exactly, but the streamers are becoming the new media. Why
That's
is
not
Drake running
media
to
though.
Kai Cenat now? Why is Drake running to Kai Cenat now? And Kai
Because
Cenat's not
he
even
wants
running
to
to him.
promote his new music video. He's trying to
Dude,
drop somebody
because
for
he's
me.
not using hip hop media. Because the streamers are the new media.
But they're not media. It's not media. He's what's he doing? What's he even doing? He's announcing the winner of a video contest. That's all he's doing. They're still using YouTube. He's gonna use YouTube to premiere the video. So what technically YouTube, Twitter, like just because they're not going to Much Music and BET, they're showing it on YouTube. Yes, YouTube technically is a new media, but Kai Cenat is still a streamer. He's still just a streamer. He's not a media person. Okay, Ebro, Charlemagne, those people are media people. Laura, what's her name? Laura, whatever her name, Laura, whatever her name is. She's a media person. She's going to the Diddy trial and doing all of that. She's media. right? But Kyson, that's just
So
a
what does
streamer, bro.
academics say? Academics is a streamer and a media
Academics
and a
does
media.
interviews. He does all types. It's the same same kind of thing.
So
Like
does
he
Kyson.
remember he was media at one point. Remember because he was doing the
Omari,
war in
so does
Chirac.
Kyson
He was
that.
doing the war in Chirac. That's media because he was reporting on all those Chirac 10 years ago. Yes, that's what he was doing. He was media at one point. Yeah. Now he just streams. He's a streamer, and at the same time, you can sprinkle in a little media too. He does a lot. Kai just streams. He's a streamer.
That shows
And
me you don't
people
watch
cenat him to
Kyson that
get
stuff.
eyes on their project. I
Kyson
don't
that
really
is
feel this guy's a
okay.
streamer. I
So
don't think this guy's
what
media,
was
bro.
Kevin Hart doing on Kyson that stream? What was John Cena doing on
To
Kyson that stream?
promote their
Watch that
projects.
stuff.
That's all they're
Oh,
doing.
see,
And they're just to promote.
because streamers are becoming the new media. Just
Nah, I
go and promote
disagree.
their stuff.
I
Yeah.
disagree. I disagree. I disagree. I don't think there's any correlation there. I think they just want to get exposure. That's all. They're just getting exposure on these platforms. Media to me is where you go and get like journalistic information. Like you want to know what's happening with the war in Ukraine and Russia, you go to a media outlet.
Yeah,
Okay, but
but there's different types of
if Drake's
outlets,
dropping
different
a new
types of
album
media.
and he announces on
Omari.
Kai Cenat,
There's
that's not a
hip hop
media
media.
outlet. That's just you're
There's
just going there to get
R&B media. There's
exposure.
the hip hop R&B media. There's media about just music in general.
Whatever happened?
There's
Remember media
entertainment
takeout?
media,
Remember
Hollywood
media
media.
takeout? That's
There's
media.
news outlet media, like just news, world news media. Like there's different types of
But
media,
this is not media though. This
and
is
the
Kai Cenat's
streamers
just
are
a
becoming a
streamer.
part of that. So why is
He's
Hollywood
not.
going to
He's
the
not.
streamers? They're becoming the media.
No, that's just
Like, come
exposure.
on.
I'm sorry
Like,
to tell you
are
that
you not
that's just
seeing that?
exposure. That's not media. They just want exposure. That's all it is. That's exposure. Exposure and being a journalist is two totally different things. Kai Cenat is not a journalist. He's not breaking stories or anything like that. He's just reacting to different things that are happening
So
around him.
so if he's not breaking story, how we know about doing it? How is he breaking stories about doing music video then with Drake? If
Because
he's not
Drake
media, if
tells
he's not
him,
media new
Drake's like,
media.
yo, this is what we're gonna do. Da da da.
Exactly,
And
he's going
just
into
keep it
streaming. They're
pushing.
becoming the new media to expose their stuff.
Yeah, to
How does
expose their
academics
stuff,
get
and that's
access to
it.
certain information?
Yeah, but
And he's a
okay, if something
streamer.
happens in the hood, something happens in the hood, Kai Cenat's gonna come back and say, okay, breaking news, and have like a whole what do you call it? They're behind him, a whole
You never know. He
studio
might,
behind him. That's
but that
not
may not be his niche. That may
that's
not be
not
what he's gonna
that's
talk
media.
about. No,
That's
not
media. He ain't
necessarily.
media, bro. He ain't media, bro. He ain't media, man.
Hey,
Sorry to
watch and
say.
see.
But he
Okay.
ain't media, bro. He ain't media. But
So
yo,
why is
moving
Drake
on.
going to? Why are these entertainers going to
Because
Carson
he
and
has
academics? And
300,000 people watching
okay,
him at any given time. And you're not getting that type of audience going on whatever. What's that 106 on par, whatever they do on BET now. They don't even do that on BET or MTV no more. They don't even do that.
because it's all become online. YouTube, Kick,
Exactly. But that's all it is. It doesn't
streaming.
mean that they're
What's the
media.
other
It doesn't
one?
mean that he's a
It's
media
all
outlet.
online now. Yeah.
That doesn't mean he's a media outlet. This dude streams. This guy streamed himself at a party the other day. He streamed himself in Brazil. You don't see media. You don't see CTV News doing all that, streaming themselves at a party. You don't see Sandy Rinaldi in a party, talking about, walking around talking to people. You don't see that. You don't see them going to Brazil and just walking around the favela. You don't see that. Kai Cenat does that type of stuff because he's a streamer. He's not a media outlet. Man, they're just using this guy because he has all the eyes on him, and their projects are gonna get exposed. That's all I'm saying. They're gonna get the most exposure by linking up with guys like Kai Cenat. Done. That's how I look at it. But look, man. Moving on. What? Okay, so now the Kendrick situation at the BET Awards. What did you think about that? With Kai linking up with Kendrick and hailing him up, actually, just like hailing him up at the BET Awards. Did you think that was right? Even though that Drake, and him are supposedly announcing a stream. I mean, announcing a music video. Like, do you think it means anything? Will there
It
be any
doesn't mean
backlash for that?
anything. No, it doesn't mean anything on that point. Kai Cenat really was excited to see Kendrick Lamar. He wanted to get a picture with him, but unfortunately, I don't know if you saw that part, but unfortunately, he didn't get the
Yeah, I
picture.
saw that.
kind of what by Drewski, and what I really want to talk about is this whole Drewski narrative. I just find it very reckless on both sides. Because if you, and I know people are not really talking about it anymore, but certain bias pages, even on the Kendrick side, he got Juicy got snubbed by Kendrick, and or Juicy's standing on business, pick a side, and all this foolishness on both sides. First of all, if Juicy got the opportunity to sit down with Kendrick Lamar, he would do it because it's business at the end of the day. Okay? And it's exposure to him. Okay. So him picking sides and standing on business. Listen, just thinking this, I'm like, I'm not even gonna put this in the atmosphere. I'm not gonna say none. So I'm gonna keep it to myself. But and somebody else said this. I was watching something on YouTube. They're saying like, what if like Kendrick and Drake make up? Like a bunch of fools, a bunch of they said JERK, a bunch of fools, jerks or whatever. I'm like, yeah, because it's like you guys are picking sides over a rap battle that could be easily squashed. You know what I mean? Like come on, and you don't even know this situation. Okay, Kendra's walking by. He got to go. He's, you can tell Kendra's not the type of person that's, you can, if you listen to his music and you see how he moves, he don't talk to any and everybody. You know what I mean? That's just his personality. Tell, right? So he said he hailed up Kai Cenat because Kai Cenat approached him. Juicy didn't approach him like that. That doesn't mean that what each other snubbed each other. No, how it was. He was just Drewski was just standing there. You know what I mean? And they make it look like that part that was kind of shady on both sides. You know what I mean? Like it's because Kai Cenat approached him and say, "Hey, what's up?" And then look at it when he walked off. He's like, "Oh, damn, you won 3 awards." I think it was either before or after. Oh, he won, damn, 3 awards. Damn, But at the same time, I respect Kendrick to the degree to say, I'll just dap him up anyways, because he didn't have to do that. Because as you see, Kendrick, Kai Cenat, he's on the fence. He's on both sides, and he says certain things about Kendrick that was a little off with that whole Super Bowl situation, and at the same time, and then saying certain things, but. He was excited. At the end of the day, Kai Cenat was excited to see Kendrick Lamar. Let's be real. He was excited to see him. He was, and he got his little handshake, and then it was like, oh, and then and again, it's like it's
That
funny
was the second
because
time,
they
yeah.
both are. What happened? Yeah,
That was the
look at
second time, the
he
scissor
Kaiser
part. The
not
first
wanted
part
a
was
picture with
backstage.
him. Yeah, that's the backstage part, and then
So
there's a
okay, let's
second
play it real
interaction.
quick. Let's play it real
Okay, cool,
quick.
cool.
How you doing, bro? You good? Trophy out. Nigga left with three. That nigga left with three trophies. You I'm just trying to get a photo. Yo, how you doing? How you doing, bro? You good? Trophy out. Nigga left with three trophies. I'm just trying to get a photo. Yo, how you doing, bro? You good? Trophy out. Nigga left with three. That nigga left with three
How
trophies.
you doing, bro? Yeah.
But what? Okay, but the whole Drewski thing is like, I don't know, man. Like Drewski like mix up still. You could tell Drewski like a little
Yeah,
mix
but
up
that's
still.
what
Like a little mix.
exactly. That's what
There was no. He could
Kendrick
have just
kind of
held him
walked
up and just
away.
kept it moving. But I guess in Drewski's eyes, he's thinking, okay, he's standing on business, whatever. Because I guess he's a Drake guy. But Kai Cenat, as you said, as we just mentioned earlier, is having a whole video rollout with Drake. But he's still gonna dap up Kendrick. That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah, of
Kai,
course.
in my eyes, Kai just seems like a pure, just like a good dude. I don't know him
But
personally, but from what
that I
he knows,
respect.
he seemed like he ain't picking no sides. He seemed like he ain't like kind of
Exactly.
front and act like he
Cut.
knows who somebody is with the WALE
Yeah.
situation. So I'm saying, yo, dudes like that, you just give him grace, bro. Like he ain't really out here hurting
All right.
nobody. He ain't promoting no gang. He ain't promoting no bodness. He ain't pushing nothing like that. He ain't
All
promoting
right.
nothing like that. And you got to give guys like that grace and just hope that he stays on the right path. So I don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not
All
trying to
right.
bring
I
this dude
respect
down for
that.
no
Yeah.
reason
Yeah.
whatsoever. You know what I mean?
No, but okay, but I'm not either. But at the same time, I like to have be a little fair and make it on both sides. But doesn't matter if he's young or not. And I understand that. Yes, yeah, he's just an overall good dude. You give him grace. Okay, he made that mistake, but next time, make sure he does his due diligence. That's all. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, accountability both sides. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not. You know what I mean? Okay, but with this situation, Kai Cenat, him, Ken didn't approach. He approached him to say, you know what I mean? As I said before, Kendrick and Drake makeup, Drewski will look silly at the end of the day. If that's what his mind was, okay? If he's saying a bit, okay, fine. But we can easily Kendrick when it comes to him not saying nothing to Drewski, okay? Because he didn't have to. He didn't. I guarantee he didn't have to talk to Tyson either. But he still approached. He still hailed him up. He still adopted him up because Tyson approached him first. Okay, cool. And he walked off.
I don't think it was
Okay.
that. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't think it was that. It was that deep. Again, I don't think the WALE situation. I don't think the Kendrick situation was that deep because again, if you watch the entire stream, dude met at least like 100 people that day. But all the media is going to focus on the quote unquote social media is going to focus on these 1-2 little instances. But if you watch the whole thing, dude met 100 people. It would have been impossible for him to have perfect interactions with every single person that he throughout the entire night. Yeah, some are going to be a little awkward. Some are going to be a little short. Some are going to be a little long. Like when I seen him ask for Jamie Foxx's number, I was like, bro, like chill. Like, yo, it's too much happening right now for you to like ask Jamie Foxx for his number. And it's on, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Come on, not a little awkward.
For a photo,
you know, for him not, he didn't know who Free was. AJ and Free, he didn't know who Free was. Okay, I'm supposed to know who Free is. Like she hasn't been on TV in the longest time. I'm supposed to know who Free is from Sixon Park. He didn't know who that was.
I wouldn't get on him on that because she hasn't been in the, and she's not really a big artist like that, like a WALE that was in the that's an artist, that's a rap artist. You know what I mean? I understand that. So that you give him grace on too. Like, but at the same time, you're entering into the urban hip hop media side of things. You got to do a little due diligence now and learn. As long as Carlson that Kai says, okay, you know what, cool. The next event I'm invited to, I'm gonna make sure I know certain people, so at least I don't look like I'm offended. I'm offending anybody. You know what I mean? I'll make sure I introduce myself. I make sure, I make sure I at least I know a little bit about the artist when I'm coming around them. You know what I mean? That's all. But you gotta give. Yes, we give in grace. But at the same time, accountability. Okay, you know what? And Kai Cenat's mind. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I know certain people when I go around, and if they come and come and say hi to me and stuff like that. Because if you look at it, if you look at the situation, okay, yes, I didn't see the whole live stream. I saw bits and pieces. I saw artists come up to Kai Cenat, not just Wale. Jim Jones came up to him. Did he know who Jim Jones was? Yes, he did. And Jim Jones, yes, he did. He knew who they, you know what I mean? So, yeah, like, it's just like, like, it's, I don't know, man. Hollywood, man.
How he sees to know who Jim Jones is? Jim Jones is everywhere. He's literally everywhere all the time. He does the most.
That's true.
How would he not know who Jim Jones is? Like,
yeah, he's always in the news. I know.
And he's from New York.
Always in the news. Like, is Kai New York? Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, I'm gonna show you this video real quick. This is him. He didn't know who Free was. He didn't know who. He didn't know who a lot of people were. Like, and
yeah, because he's still new. I understand that he's still new in that industry. He doesn't know. But with Free now, because Free hasn't been in the kind of in the limelight in years, so he wouldn't know who she was. And
keep your bet tight.
I don't want to get too tied in because we have a next topic to talk about. But yeah, what are you gonna show the interaction?
Yeah, so this is him at thing now.
Okay.
Look,
cool.
He doesn't know who right there.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
My name is Free.
Nice to meet you.
Very, very humbly.
My name is Free.
Good. Nice to see you.
It's nice to see you too.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm a big fan.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
My name
you.
is Free.
Nice to meet you, Free. Nice to meet you.
My name is Free because he didn't.
Thank you.
He's probably like, he doesn't know who I am.
Yeah.
No, you do a good job.
Thank you.
I couldn't wait to
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Nice to meet you.
win.
How you doing? Nice to meet you, man. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
How you doing? Nice. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Look at that. Much more humble, right? Now to me,
Yeah,
this is the
Robin
one that
Thicke.
kind of threw me off. I'm not gonna lie to you. The
How
Robin
you don't
Thicke
know who
one, I
Robin
was like,
Thicke is?
damn, he doesn't know who Robin Thicke is. Robin
I
Thicke got
know
some
Robin Thicke is.
tracks.
Yeah,
Robin Thicke got
yeah,
some tracks. So, like, I'm not gonna lie, but the Wale in the basement in the underground, okay, I like, come on. But look how gracefully Robin Thicke was just like, you know, Free was just like, you know what I mean? Cool time, whatever. And then Robin Thicke was just kind of standing there in the background, just kind of looking around, looking a little lost. I was like, damn, bro, didn't know who Robin Thicke was. Like, I
I
can
know
still hear
that's
the song
crazy.
Lost with that. I can still hear the song. And
Yeah,
that's what his dad is famous too, right? If I'm not mistaken,
yeah,
Robin's dad. So I'm saying, like,
yeah.
this
It's
kind of threw me
Alan
off a
Thicke.
little bit.
Alan Thicke. Yeah,
Alan Thicke, that's the guy from
the late Ali. He passed
he passed
passed
away. Wasn't
away.
he in what
Yeah.
show was he in again? Growing Pains?
Growing Pains with Leonardo DiCaprio and Kurt
Yeah, so
Henry
he,
and yeah.
big.
Legend. I don't know, bro. Do you know who Robin Thicke is?
Yeah, the singer. Where he at?
Right there.
Terrell,
Just say you
that's
watch me.
Terrell.
I don't know who
Terrell
that
What?
is. I gotta hear something. He looks familiar.
Like, I don't know who this is. Who's that?
That's Terrell.
Tyrell?
That's Terrell. So another streamer. That's Terrell. Around the same age group. Come on, like
Robin
Carson,
Thicke is not the
like
same age group as Wale. Come on, like what? Robin Thicke is way older, bro. Robin Thicke is probably in his 50s by now. A 48. He's a 70s baby. He's older. Anyways, all I'm saying is, like, bruh. Hold on.
Yes. I can't recite none of his lyrics, but I know.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Man, why you do wrong like that, man?
Man, you ain't shit.
Look. Do you know who that guy is in the background?
That I went to.
Okay.
I brought the good energy.
Okay.
This guy, wait. You know who this guy is in the background behind Kevin Gates?
Kevin, I got you.
This
Kevin.
guy. Do you know who this guy is? Are you there?
Hello, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. But do you know who this guy is? You see? Hello? Yo, Nads is gone offline. But anyways, this dude, I follow him on IG. He made a video as well too, talking about he was getting a lot of comments and a lot of people saying on his posts that like, I didn't know who you were, kind of clowning him or whatever. And he's like, yo, I'm gonna come back bigger, I'm gonna come back stronger, so next time he knows who I am, and blah blah blah. I was like, bro, how is everybody supposed to know who everybody is? Like, what is this? Like, this is impossible. Everybody is not gonna know everybody. Like, where is this coming from? Like, you're supposed to introduce yourself to people. Hello, this is Sly Honcho. My name is Sly Honcho. I'm a celebrity barber. I would love for you to come on my stream, or I'd love to go on your stream and give you a haircut, and keep it pushing. And if that doesn't happen in the moment, cool. Come back bigger and better and stronger. That's all.
Well, I didn't know who
why is
that
everybody
Sly
so
Honcho-
butthurt?
I didn't know
Everybody's
who he
ego
was
is so
either.
bruised. It's such nowadays we live in this main character syndrome, reality mode. Everybody thinks they're a main character. Everybody. This Sly Honcho dude has a lot of followers across all of his platforms, easily over 1 million, I would say. Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. He got 1 million. He cuts all types of people's hairs. What's that dude's name? He cuts everybody's hair. He cut a lot of people's hair, right? And he's pretty big, but he comes to a stage like this, he ain't that big, not compared to Kevin Gates and Cenat. He ain't that big, you know what I'm saying? So he's sitting there. I guess again, this main character syndrome that Wale clearly has as well too is that he's supposed to know who you are. Like, how are you supposed to know who you are? Where's the grace? Hello, my name is Sly Honcho. Hello, my name is Wale. I watch. Look how Free handled it. Look how Robin Thicke handled it. And Robin Thicke is big. No homo. Pause. Robin Thicke is big. Pause. That's all I gotta say. So, and he didn't even know who he is. Right? Robin didn't make a big deal about it. No big deal. Kept it pushing. Him and his wife. No big deal. Cool. It is what it is. You don't see him coming up to him after the fact when he's sitting down with Snoop Dogg or Robin Thicke walking up to him and whispering in his ear, "Yo, you made me look
All
crazy,
right,
yo.
okay,
You made me look
yeah.
crazy, bro."
Wale's wrong
Wale
in that
looks like a
approach,
clown,
and
bro.
he was
That's
wrong with
typical Wale. But
the
you know
approach.
Wale's petty.
Yeah, he was
He is
wrong.
petty.
Okay,
He is
all right.
petty.
We'll
He's
get off
always
this
been
topic.
petty like this. He's
Oh,
petty.
I understand.
I got your
Okay,
number.
all right.
Got your number.
Okay.
I'm right
Put
there.
it in there.
Oh, right there.
Low key, I'm surprised he knew who Tank was, because Tank is standing right there too. I didn't even know he knew who Tank was. I don't think he knew who
Exactly.
Tank was. I don't think a lot of people caught that.
And a lot of
Tank's
people don't
standing
know
right
who
there.
Tank is. A lot of people don't know
Allow
who
you
Tank
in.
is. Trust me.
Tank's right there. You see?
Yeah, I got you. Okay. Right there.
Got you.
Right there. Right there. All right, brother. Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you also. Make it look like I work out.
Yes, sir.
Tank right there.
Yeah.
Tank's right there. I'm surprised. I don't even think he knew who Tank was. I honestly don't. Because to be honest with you, Tank, like I always get him confused with Jaheim. Because Jaheim put that woman first. Tank, what comes to mind when you say Tank?
I forgot his
Exactly.
song.
Nothing.
I forgot. No,
Nothing
but
comes to mind.
he used
But
to be
Tank's
a
just
backup
there. I
singer
remember
he used to be a backup singer for Aaliyah. So that's how I
exactly. And then number one and number two, he said some spicy stuff on the Breakfast Club that time,
Yeah,
talking
it's weird.
some
Yeah,
chichi
it
boy
was
stuff,
weird.
right? So that's all that comes to mind with Tank. He's still
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
grinning, smiling. Probably nobody knows who he is either.
How you doing? My man.
And then there's Sierra. That's Lisa Ray right there.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
My granddaughter would like to take a picture.
My granddaughter would like to take a picture with you. Okay? People need to grow up. Wale needs to grow up, bro. Granddaughter wants to take a picture with you. Not her daughter. Granddaughter. Like, come on, man. Father time is undefeated, eh? People need to start aging a little bit more gracefully, please.
Come on. Yes.
Right before the circle.
And Lisa Ray still looks good for her age still. Looks very nice.
Can I please go outside and get my little brother?
Joe Skate.
Now, I don't know who this girl is. Who is this? Do you know who that is?
I have no idea. Let me see.
Who is that?
No, I
have
don't
no
know.
idea who that is. Anyway. That's Gina. They call her Gina. They don't even know what her real name is.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, because he knows her from Martin.
I saw Drewski.
Yo!
I have to tell when I was how proud I was of you guys.
You see, another thing, when Tyler Perry saw him, Tyler Perry brushed him off. Didn't even say nothing. Tyler Perry was just like, oh, and that's it. Kept it moving. I didn't see Kai Cenat complaining. Oh, Tyler Perry didn't know who I was or just brushed me off. Tyler Perry was standing there in his suit, glittering, glistening suit, standing there. So much was happening. These things happen. Wale's a baby.
I'm so proud of you. I didn't get a chance to take
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Come on. 1, 2. Good. Thank you so much. Love you too. Thank you
I
so
want to
much.
do your show.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yo, idiot still. Anyways, Drewski, idiots. Drewski's like, you look good. Yo, I don't see nothing wrong with that, man. End of the day, I do not see nothing wrong with what Kai did, but Wale is a baby. He needs to like relax. He needs to stop being so petty. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Robin Thicke. Salute to Gina. Salute to Free. Salute to Lisa Ray. You know what I'm saying?
Tisha Arnold? What's her name?
No, Tisha Campbell.
Tisha Campbell. It's Tisha
It's
Arnold.
Sheena
and Tisha
Arnold.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gina.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Gina.
but do you want to move on? Talk about Kendrick. He's coming to Toronto.
Yeah.
Or do you have what else do you have to say about? Or you want to move on?
One
We had an
last
hour now. I think it's time to move
one
on.
last thing.
Oh, one last thing. Okay, go on. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Wale. Okay.
Wale a baby.
He should have handled. Okay, hold on. He should have handled it better. Okay. Not everybody's gonna know who you are. Understandable. A lot of people need to humble themselves. I get it. Okay. at the same time, it's a teachable moment for Kai Cenat too. Okay, because if there's a lot of people he didn't know, and maybe he needs to come back and be like, "Yo, I want to make sure my next event that I know certain people." And that's it. Done. Move it along now.
All right, so moving along, yo. There's a pretty big concert coming up in Toronto. Today, actually, the $1 million question: is there going to be any crash outs at the Kendrick Lamar concert in Toronto? And yo, I don't know if you saw this, but Kendrick won 5 BET awards just now. You saw that, right?
I did. Yes,
I didn't even see his acceptance speech. Did you see his acceptance speech?
I did. Yes, I did. Yeah,
I didn't even see it. I
yeah,
didn't
I
even
did
see it,
see it.
man.
Yeah,
But
he thanked
okay,
LA.
so
He thanked PG Lane. SZA. He talked about
let me
coming
see.
out.
Let me
Everybody
see.
come
It's
out to
actually
the
right here.
show.
Actually,
Yeah,
I don't want to get copywritten. So
yeah. No, let's not put too much stuff
that's what
on
you
it,
said. I don't.
especially.
I don't want to get copywritten.
No,
Maybe I
no,
shouldn't
no,
play it. Let's just. I'm not gonna
no,
play it.
no.
I'm not gonna play it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play it. But okay. So yeah, Kendrick Lamar will be in Toronto today and tomorrow. Yo, I don't know about you, but I feel like there's a little buzz, right? Because of the beef that's over a year old now, a year and change. There's a buzz. People are thinking that there's going to be some type of viral moment that happens. And there's been posts online talking about like OVO fans pulling up to the Rogers Center, playing like blasting Drake music. There's been, I wouldn't say threats. Yeah, actually, I would say threats. Let's say top 5 made a threat. I wouldn't be surprised. He did make a threat a couple months ago, if I'm not mistaken. He made some type of threat about Kendrick coming to Toronto. Um, we'll see what happens. But so my question is to you: do you think there will be any crash outs at the Kendrick Lamar show? He has one today and he has one tomorrow. What do you think? All right, you're on mute. Let me say my 2 cents. I think that similar to the Pusha T incident that happened in 2018, and if you don't know, Pusha T and Drake were beefing in 2018, May 2018. What ended up happening was Pusha T had a concert later on that year in 2018. What ended up happening was at that concert, somebody rushed the stage, and Pusha T's security guards ended up stabbing up the guy, injuring him. He had to go to the hospital and everything. And he ended up getting banned from, like, Pusha T ended up getting banned from Canada because of that incident. So is something similar going to happen in Toronto? My prediction is, nah, I don't think so. I think the way the Rogers Center is set up, unless Drake has some type of sniper, which I don't think Drake has any type of snipers, and the security at Rogers Center, it is a little slack. Let me be the first to say it. I've been to the Rogers Center many times since I'm a kid. It is a little slack over there. There are a lot of ways people can slip in and slip out. I'm not gonna, incriminate myself or nothing, but I snuck into the Rogers Center like 1-2 times to see 1-2 concerts, but there are ways to sneak in, especially if you're an employee. You can sneak in, you can get stuff in. That place is huge. So will there be a crash out moment? Maybe outside, but I don't think anything's gonna happen to Kendrick on stage inside. Nah, I doubt it. Kendrick, to me, he moves a little bit too militant for anything to be happening to him. He's just too in his zone, too protected, too guarded for anything to happen to him. I mean, if he starts moving a little reckless, like he goes outside or he goes to New Ho King or he does some type of interview, I can see potentially somebody crashing out and doing like some type of viral thing to him. Not to him, but seeking that viral moment. But I think he should be all right. 2 shows, though, was like, dang, 2? I can see if he just did 1 and he cut. 2, that means he has to stay overnight. That means he has a hotel. That means, that means a little bit more, but nah, I don't think people in Toronto are that like bad mind that they're gonna try and do him something specifically, a la some like Michael Jordan flu game type shit. I don't see that. And if they do, idiots. Number one. And number two, I'm going to the concert. So I need my money back. Ticketmaster, I need my money back. If something does happen and he's unable to perform, I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, long story short, he should be all right. Nads, what do you think? Is anything going to happen to Kendrick at the show?
Let me start with this. We are not going to entertain. We're not going to put that in the atmosphere. I thank you that the two shows that he will be performing at will go without any interruptions. It'll be successful, big concert. It'll be a monumental show. Everybody will reach there safely and come back home safely. So we pray that, and I thank you, God. Everything will work out for the good concerning that show. In the situation, um Toronto police, Toronto security, the city of Toronto, and in the province of Ontario, they're not playing. Okay, anybody that comes on their interruption, they will be reprimanded and arrested and put away. Okay, security will be 100% tight. Anybody wearing OVO merch will be turned away. Yes, they're not playing. Toronto's not playing. Drake does not own this city. Okay, he's from the city. He's done a lot for the city. He's a big artist. He's done a lot for the city. I understand that, but he doesn't own the city and he doesn't run the city, and he's not. No, that's why he announced doing this stream with Kai Cenat to get people. Yes, it's a distraction on both ends, but it's for his fans to tune into him too, and not be distracted at the same time. It's working both ways. Okay, so we're not going to entertain that. Both shows are going to go with. It's just going to be successful because there's a lot of Kendrick Lamar and SZA fans in the city of Toronto. A lot. There's going to be people from outside of Canada coming to the show. People from other provinces that are going to be coming to Toronto. Yes, Kendrick Lamar has a huge fan base, not just in Ontario, in Montreal, Quebec. He has fan bases in Calgary, Alberta, Vancouver, Manitoba. He has fan bases everywhere because it's people that I've seen. I've been reading some of the comments on in the Ticketmaster, especially that want Kendrick to come to Vancouver. I wish he's coming to Vancouver. So there's people that all over Canada that are excited for Kendrick Lamar to be here, and I'm pretty sure a lot of them will be flying out to Toronto or are in Toronto right now. They're going to be at the show, especially people in the United States. They're going to be up here as well, and other parts of the world that will be up here. Okay, so anybody that's coming to interrupt, they will be arrested. Security's not playing with them. Toronto police are not playing. Okay, they're not playing. Okay, if Drake couldn't stop the show from happening at the Rogers Center, what makes you think anything else is going to happen? Okay, yeah. So Drake fans are planning OVO takeover. Well,
You see that, right?
sorry
And
for
this is
them.
a reputable source. This is Now. We are,
Sorry
if you
for
know,
them.
if you're from Toronto,
Sorry
you
for
know
them.
Now Magazine. Now Magazine is
Yeah.
a staple, a Toronto staple.
Yeah.
They are a reputable staple in Toronto. They used to have paper
Well, that's
copies everywhere.
reckless. And a lot of those, and I got on the case with Chum FM too. It's like, why are you doing that? Why are you entertaining that? Drake done an interview with you guys in years? Sat down with you guys and did an interview? He may do that soon. I don't know. We don't know. But I find that it's very reckless at the same time. Media, that's what I'm talking about. Media has, has to take accountability in certain situations because this is reckless on both sides, right? So if they're planning to come out there and do whatever, security will be there. There will be Toronto police there to stop certain situations.
But
Yeah.
yo, are you seeing this? Look at this. It's basically gonna be like a Drake concert, a great mosh pit in the streets of Toronto, but completely free. We want to make sure everybody has a good time. We want to make sure everybody's safe. A spokesperson for the OVO takeover told Now Toronto on Wednesday. They made an IG page. The sixth
So
takeover.
this is actually real because they're
This
saying that
is
it makes
actually real. The
But
sixth takeover.
you know what, people were laughing at that. A lot, like
I'm laughing
on
at
the
that right
YouTube page I
now.
was
This is
watching, they were
stupid.
laughing at it.
This is retarded.
Yeah,
This is
who's
retarded.
gonna really show up? Like they're just kids, but I'm telling you, it's gonna get shut down. The security guard and police are gonna be like, okay, you guys need to leave.
Yeah,
Yeah, Drake was
it's
shut
one
down.
post. It's one post on the page. And they said they're giving away free pizza and OVO hoodies. Oh my gosh, bro. People are gonna show up for this. Oh, look at this. Yo, they said, ain't no midget disrespecting our city. OVO takeover Gate 5 Rogers Center. Yo, I have to go. I'm gonna go see that. I'm gonna walk by that. I'm going to the concert, people. I'm telling y'all from now. I'm going to the concert.
They're
I'm gonna
gonna be at
probably
Gate 5.
take a bunch of videos when I'm down there, and I'm gonna show y'all what's going on. So keep add me on IG, add me on TikTok. I'm gonna post. I'll maybe even post on YouTube. We'll see. But I will be down there tomorrow. I'm going to be down there tomorrow, June 13th, which is eerily a Friday the 13th. So let's see what happens. I'm not
Well, wait a
again
minute. Wait a
like
minute.
Nad said,
Hold on here.
like Nad said, I'm not putting any type of badness into the air.
Yeah,
No
we're not
badness.
doing that. You
Straight
know,
good
you can go
energy,
by
straight good
yourself.
vibes. It's gonna
You
be a
go by
great time,
yourself.
a
You
great
go by
show.
yourself and do
But I'm
that.
just
I will
saying,
be at the
this is not cool. This is
pre-party.
not
We'll be at
cool.
the pre-party, and then we'll go to our
I will
show.
be at the
You go to
pre-party.
the
I'm gonna
show
be there. I
after.
will be there. Let it be known. I will
You
be
do
there.
that. That's
But this
you.
is crazy, though.
You. How old are you? How old are you right now?
This is
How old are
crazy.
you? How old are you right now? You're not a teen. You're not in your 20s.
Who, me?
How old are you right now, sir? You're gonna do
Oh,
that?
yeah, this is crazy
If
stuff.
I see adults down there, I'm gonna be laughing. If I see adults, grown
Like my
people down
throne.
there, I'm gonna be laughing because I'm like, well, are you guys silly right now? What are we doing here? Big
Yeah, this is kind of
30,
crazy
40 year olds
stuff.
down there laughing, joke because they're already laughing already and mocking them already for doing that. Like, what are you guys doing here?
Wow.
Like, over your, who cares? Like, no, you have to like Drake
Wow.
runs the city. Like, he's like the mayor. Is he the mayor?
Group
Bro.
chat link. Yo, this is funny, yo. This is funny stuff.
159 followers. Guess what? 159 people are going to be there. That's it. Yo, whoever shows up to that,
No,
they're
but
gonna
that's
be loud.
corny. Like
It's a
it's just
mockery. Don't do that. Drake's not gonna be there. I guarantee you,
yeah.
Drake ain't going to be there. So why are you gonna show up then? Somebody that you do not know. Like, that's silly. It's very
Yeah,
silly.
that's the part that's pretty silly. Like they don't
And
even know
LA, you
dude.
think LA is gonna do that? No.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
No. No. They
Yeah.
people. Y'all telling Americans. Y'all. And this is what I don't understand. That
Well, I
that
understand it to
has
an
nothing
extent.
to do with Toronto, Canada. It's him against Drake. That's it. He didn't say nothing bad about Toronto. He didn't say nothing bad about Canada. He didn't say nothing. Like, people just misinterpret lyrics, and this is why that whole lawsuit situation. I don't want to get into that. But anyways, that's people need to really tune into that lawsuit because I don't know how the people are still want to listen to Drake's next album coming up, a rap album, and you're not tuning into what that lawsuit is saying. But
Yeah.
anyways,
No
that's a
hate, no
whole
drama,
separate
positive
situation.
vibes. But no, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, because remember,
Anyways,
back in the
yeah.
day, remember, there have been feuds with rappers that have spilled over into cities, like beefing. We know that. We know that already. Tupac, Biggie, like we know that. But at the same
Tupac
time,
and Biggie. Oh, okay, I'm gonna stop you
well,
right
we know.
there.
But I'm just saying, like,
Tupac and Biggie was
just what I'm
bigger than
saying.
this. Eh? The situation we know
From
is
the
it was a little bit more
from a
deeper.
more
Did Drake? Okay, I'm
salacious.
gonna stop
I'm
you
just
right
saying,
there.
from a
Did Drake get shot up in LA for them
from
to
a
be
salacious
retaliation?
point of view, it wasn't real.
Was Drake coming out of Quad Studio or studio there, whatever studio in LA? He was coming out of or going into a studio to go record music in LA and get 5 bullets in him. Okay? It's totally different level here. Totally, I don't like them comparing this. Yes, it's the biggest hip hop beef ever. Yes, and we put respect on both of their names concerning that. But it's two separate situations. Had nothing to do with that. Until Drake, I don't want that for Drake because I don't want Drake to get hurt and or Kendrick in this situation. But that you cannot compare Tupac and Biggie to Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Two separate situations, eh? Two,
Listen,
and it was bigger than that.
that was just a
And
start. I was gonna go somewhere else
Tupac
with it.
got shot. But, yeah, but hold on here. Tupac got shot 5 times in Quad Studio. Did Drake get shot up in LA for there to be retaliation? No. Come on, man. Stop this. You guys need to stop this now. It's getting out of hand. No, it's music. Keep it on music. Keep it on wax. Keep it rap. Drake's Kendra said that. Keep it rap. Keep it rap, you guys. Bro, man. Like you guys acting like Drake is gonna get shot up or something. Drake got shot up or something like that. Bro, like oh my hell, Drake's mansion got shot. You don't even know that has anything to do with Not Like Us. They're throwing in the lawsuit, which is very reckless for them to even do that in the first place. Like,
Listen,
I
man.
don't know, man. Like, this is getting out of hand, bro. Anyways,
Do you want to
other than
speak
that,
on
I
this
think the show is
lawsuit?
going to be great. Yo, Incubus is still around? Oh, my God.
Do you
Anyways,
want to speak on the lawsuit?
I don't want to talk. Like, the lawsuit thing, it's like, UMG just filed their final motion, and I don't know, man. I don't really know anymore. And people are just, I feel like people don't really care too much about it. But they're not seeing what Drake's doing, and if you say anything about it, they call you a hater. You know what I mean? Like I don't hate Drake. You know, I like Drake. I just don't like what he's doing with this lawsuit. Like it's, and then you're hearing all the nonsense that he's doing behind the scenes prior to this lawsuit. You know, UMG, yes, they know nothing about hip, but yeah, they're a corporation. And they don't really care about artists, whatever. Like I'm not gonna slander no corporation. The corporation are corporations. The bottom line, they're there to make money, and there's always seeds of corruption in each corporation, right? Fine, but at the same time, it's like you're suing the label for a song because you lost a rap battle. That's the only reason why you're not suing UMG because they breached their contract, or they're not paying you royalties, or they're doing you dirty in certain ways. You're only doing it because you couldn't get them to stop or censor Kendrick or stop certain things with the Not Like Us song, to use your power to manipulate UMG for them to stop certain things. No, and then like even when they try to, you still sue them anyways. Like it's just like it's a mess. Like that lawsuit's a mess. Like, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Like,
Yeah, I
you
agree.
know what I mean? Because what they're trying, but it's a manipulation tactic, and Drake is really Drake is really making Kendrick look right in the situation, because it's like he says you're a manipulator, but you're manipulating this whole lawsuit situation. When you read it from start, they have to come back and change things because you're making it look like Kendrick just woke up and dissed you and put Not Like Us out. But when you go through the whole, they had to change it, and UMG had to remind everybody, yo, no, this was a rap battle that you provoked, that you started, you slandered, you defamed, you did all these things. When it comes back to you now, then you don't like because UMG couldn't censor it. No, like that's, come on. And then you think that UMG is trying to defile you, they're trying to come against you, all that nonsense. Come on, UMG is about making money. Why they gonna defame somebody like you that makes them money? Bro, like it just doesn't make no sense. And then um and then you're coming out and hearing different stories about what Drake's been doing with this whole situation with the censorship, and then threatening Kendrick's manager and stuff like that. And he had to give up his phone and subpoena. You ran to federal court, and talk about big gangster talk in your lyrics. That's what I'm saying. And people just gloss over that. Oh, he called him a pedophile. Well, Drake, you should have been messing with teenagers. Leave the teenagers them alone then, so they don't have nothing to say, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. It's you. You want to put your business out there for them to talk it. You
Right.
mentioned that in Taylor Made Freestyle to talk about young. You tell them to do that. Now that it backfire, you want to come get upset. Oh, he called me a PDF file. He didn't just call you. See, Drake always cares about himself. He didn't call you. They called your whole crew that too. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, like it's just like, I don't know. It's a foolishness. I think it's a bunch of foolishness and nonsense. And oh, he's gonna settle. He's gonna get money out of this. So how do you know that? You don't. People that's talking and don't know the facts. Like, just
Right,
wait.
right,
You
right.
don't even know. Stop assuming. I have no idea what's gonna happen out of this lawsuit. I don't know, and I'm not. That's it. I'm not assuming nothing. I don't know what's going on with that, and I'm only going case by case. UMG just filed this motion. I listened to a YouTube page that's breaking down the actual lawsuit and read out everything in the lawsuit, what UMG said, and that's it. We'll wait. We'll wait if it's gonna go to trial or not. That's it. Don't assume. You got all these media people that I don't know if Drake's paying them or not. We're not gonna assume that either. That's on. Oh, he's gonna get $1 billion. He's gonna get a settle. You don't know that. Like, stop talking out your butt. We don't know that. We don't know settlements on the table. We don't know that. You know what I mean? So it's just like, and people just running with these narratives. Oh, maybe one of my cousins. Oh, maybe he's just tired of them making money off of rappers and doing rappers and making money off of the beat. Nonsense. Nonsense. Like, a lot of people talking nonsense and defending Drake and don't even know him like that. You know what I mean? And even my somebody that I do know that knows him doesn't know everything. And you got people that don't know Drake that knows things that they know of it, and you got people that are close to him that don't really know a lot of what's going on. You know what I mean? So it's just like, come on. It's like, I don't know, man. That's all I got to say about this lawsuit situation. We'll just wait. So as I said, UMG just filed their motion, final motion to dismiss, and then we'll see what happens from there. And that's all I'm going to talk about with the lawsuit because I don't have it in front of me, so we can't really go break it down or anything like that. So I just suggest people just going on YouTube and just searching up those reputable pages. There's one page called Absolutely or something like that, and then there's Jay Nolan, like people like that are actually have the actual physical lawsuit paperwork that's actually reading it and going over each person, like each Drake's lawyer, Drake's response, UMG's response, and you just listen to it and go through it. Don't just listen to what anybody is saying about this and this and that don't know nothing. You know what I mean? So I just yeah, like we'll just wait and hear by hearing what the next step is. If it's gonna go to trial, then we'll see what's gonna happen from there. And don't listen and be careful. Guard your mind. Be careful what you're listening to, and because anybody can say anything on these YouTube streams. So yeah. But anyways, that's all I gotta say. What's your
All right,
final
so yo,
thoughts?
we're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna
Yeah.
come back and do another
Yeah.
stream after the concert. So we're
Yes.
gonna be there. Um,
We're not gonna
yeah,
be at Gate 5 though.
yeah.
They
No, I'm,
come
I'm
by
definitely
the.
walking by Gate
If we're
Five.
going to Gate 5, we're,
I'm
we're, we're gonna
definitely
be like, you
walking
guys
by
go
Gate
home.
Five
Like,
to
what are you
see
guys
what's
doing?
going on. And
Yeah,
if
yeah.
anything
Yes.
happens,
Omari will
we'll
be
just
there.
go live. But yeah, we're definitely
Okay.
gonna definitely walk by Gate 5 on Friday. Definitely
Okay,
going to
we'll
the
do it.
pre-party.
So you'll see us
We're
both.
going to the pre-game party. We're gonna go turn up at the pre-game,
Yeah.
right? What is it, Amsterdam, whatever. We're gonna go there pre-party. We're gonna go there. Go walk by Gate 5. Go
Yeah.
into the concerts. We're gonna see what's going on. We're gonna keep everybody afloat. So please subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit me up
Please
on
subscribe to
Instagram,
Omari Styles.
TikTok, the Omari Wave. And what any last words before we cut out?
You guys have an amazing, blessed day. Stay focused.
Yeah, weather's beautiful
Um,
today.
the
Hopefully
weather's
it stays like that
beautiful.
tomorrow.
Get outside. Get off the internet. Touch grass. Get outside at least
Facts.
for a couple
Facts.
minutes.
Touch grass. Yeah, I like that one. Touch
Touch
grass.
grass. You know what I mean? Don't listen to anything. Be careful. Guard your mind. Don't believe the hype. Um, yeah. Till next time.
All right, yo, we out. Peace.
Peace.